Hi, thanks so much for being here and welcome back. This quick, quiet flip through was an attempt to see if I should get another Hobonichi Weeks for 2026. And I have mixed feelings. I love this spread, that's why I went back to it. I think this is one of my favorite ones. And I think it's because it has a little bit of everything from my life in just this tiny space, and I don't have to flip back and forth to different sections. Although I did set other sections back here that you saw I never used. But looking at this, just one single spread where I can tell exactly what was happening, what I was working on. I could track all the areas that are important to me, and I can see a summary of my week in one place is definitely calling me, especially now that I have a little bit more on my plate that I'm managing. Um, I am craving a sort of like a compact space. And I thought, why not just pull out my last Hobonichi Weeks, which I don't think it was my best option because it's the one that I used the least. But I wanted to see how it felt like in my hands and flipping through my pages, seeing my spreads and stuff like that. Although, again, I didn't really use it as much. So there's really not much to take from this other than realizing that I might be just looking for a smaller space to collect everything in just one area. And then if I have to expand, I can take it to a different place. Um, I can talk a little bit about all the options that I have laying around. I am committed to chop my stash, so I definitely will find something within what I already have, even if I have to go back and redate a lot because like I mentioned before, that this one specifically, I used it for I want to say about three months or so. So I got it in, I think this is a spring start. So I've got it in March, or I started it in March, and I used it March, April, May, June, and that was it. So yeah, not even not even 3 full months because I think I started towards the end of March, and then I left by yeah, it looks like I did use it for the month of June, but that was pretty much it. And everything else that you see here, I think it was an attempt of me coming back. I think I tried to come back here on November, as you can see, but it was not it. um and I can tell because of the way it looks and compare it to a really used month, and you can tell the difference. So, so do I want to spend more money in an actual Hobonichi Weeks? I'm not sure. So definitely considering just reusing what I have and maybe testing it out. Maybe even this one kind of redate a month or two and see if it feels right. Maybe for we are in September, so I still have October and November that I believe I can still redate. No, actually, no. There's no November, but there is October. So I could try to redate October and then try a few weeks in here and just kind of see. Um, but it won't be the same because I won't be fully committed to it since I am not going to stay in it, and it will be a mix of just a trial. So I know myself, I know it's not going to be as committed as I want it to be. So anyways, I guess it was an attempt to see if I wanted another week's, and I think the ultimate decision still pending. Because again, I think I do need for my sanity a smaller space. I have been using my Como planner for pretty much everything. You already know. I've been using this one the entire year and it's getting chunky. It doesn't even fit in camera. So, and it also has so much going on that it can get a little bit distracting. I can find myself flipping through the different sections here and there and not necessarily focusing on what I want. I've also, for the past few weeks, I've also tried to incorporate more planners from the stash that I already have, but separate them per focused area. So I have one now for my work. I have one for on the go. So I pull out my mini Philo, and I've been using that one for on the go in my little purse. Then I have um, my pocket Filofax, and I have been using that one for basically just random notes and projects and ideas and stuff like that. So that one is just like, it's just kind of sitting on the side, and every time I feel like I want to note something down, I pull that one, and then from there I'll allocate it if I need saving somewhere. But I've been using those, and although it is working because it allows me to separate one thing from the other, I think it's still too much. My goal again is to just minimize what the planners and the notebooks that I use throughout the year, so I don't have a lot to archive or go through at the end of the year. So again, that's why I was considering something like this. But again, I don't know, I love how the weeks looks. I think I went with this one because of the color on 2024, on spring 2024. But I didn't like the actual feeling of the cover because it didn't really lay flat. So it was a little bit of a work for me to get it to lay flat a little bit, at least to get on writing and stuff. So if I were to decide to go for a weeks, I would definitely consider a mega instead because of the extra pages, so I can just write down freely, I guess, without feeling the nervous that I'm gonna run out of space. I also like this section right here where I tried to do my dailies. I do like my space in my common planner because I can write freely and I have plenty of space to go through my ideas or my notes or what's happening, as you can see here, and I can use a page or two or three, whatever it is that I need. So I like that freedom, but also find that sometimes I feel like I want to keep on writing and it never ends. So maybe having some kind of control might be helpful. So that will be another thing for if I were to go back to weeks, Hobonichi Weeks, but also allowing me some room, so it will be a mega. But again, it would be more for not necessarily my daily planning, but it might be more for everything else, like work, home projects, anything else that doesn't have to be archived or anything like that. Like this one, I do want to archive this one, and I already have my common planner B6 in the slim version for 2026 as my main planner. I'm thinking I'm gonna stick with that option. If anything changes, I'll definitely let you know soon when we start setting up our planners. But now that it is Hobonichi season, I just kind of remember about, the Hobonichi that I used. I used them for about 3 years, so I decided to just pull it out and flip through my pages with you and just share with you where I'm at the moment. I don't think I am going to order any Hobonichi products or any other projects per se, because again, I got my common planner in the B6 size at the memorial sale, I think. That is exactly what I did last year. I just got it on sale and then I just redid it, and it has been working just fine. It doesn't bother me that I have I don't know, that I had to cover the year or something. I don't know. I could have gone for an undated, but the undated was, I think it was much more expensive. So I want to say that I paid for this one in on sale about $30 or so something. It is the full planner, so the full version is usually a little bit more pricey than the compact option, and and yeah, I mean, it's been working just fine. So redating it's not a problem. So I went ahead and got me another one for 2026, and I went for the slim version. So that could also be a solution if I wanted to switch things around. Maybe use a different planner for my main planner, and then use that one for more focus. I don't know. It depends how it goes. But talking again just about Hobonichis, I wanted to just talk about the overall topics and see how I was considering it for my own lineup for next year. And yeah, I guess one tip that I can share. It's just specifically what I just did. If you are considering any planner, it doesn't have to be Hobonichi, it could be any, but you are trying to, adjust the consumption and all that stuff, it'll be a good idea, at least it works for me, to pull out what you already have and do what I just did. Just kind of flip through the pages, see how you used it, see how you feel about it. Do you feel like tempted to use it again? Do you want to, do you think that your current situation can benefit from a layout like this, or a system like this? Again, if it is something that you might want to try, there's no shame in getting something like this one or a similar one and trying it out and see how it goes. And if it doesn't work, then it just doesn't, right? But if you are, again, at least I am, I'm trying to not buy anything else, because I do have plenty of stuff that I can use in my stash. I have plain notebooks, I have unfinished planners, very expensive ones, just like the Hobonichi line. Those are very expensive, and I don't mind redating as long as I have plenty of space. I don't think I could do this one because it doesn't have, it is a spring start, first of all, and second, it does have quite a lot of information, I guess, already. So it'll be sort of just for scrap notes and stuff like that, so just so I can use what's empty, but not necessarily as my main planner or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, that'll be a way to just reflect on what you have, what your current situation is, what is it that you are needing, or that you feel like it could actually bring in um, a positive, I guess, reinforcement to what is it that what you're trying to go for, and test what you have, use what you have, converted, redated, whatever it is that you need to do to order in order to test it out. And now is the perfect time. We are still in September. We still have plenty of time to really get into what it is that we really want for our planners. I know that I hear a lot in the community, a lot of discontentment with these systems, and I don't think that is the purpose of having a planner system in your life. It's not to bring you stress or overwhelms or any of that. Even if it is a hobby, it should be supposed to bring you joy. It doesn't, it shouldn't be that kind of feeling, overwhelm and confusion and unhappiness, I guess. So yeah, I hope that in some way this video helps you, and I don't know, it's somewhat entertaining, sort of, and helpful, I guess, in your journey to finding the right planner and the right system for 2026. I am going to leave it here. If you have questions, or if you want me to elaborate on anything that I mentioned, or any other planners, or any other ways that I come up with my systems, do let me know, and I'll be definitely making a video about that. So until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.